Hey, everybody. Thanks so much for joining us right here on The Right View. Tonight, we're honored to be joined by president and founder of Joey's Paw, Tanya Diable. Tanya, welcome to the show. First of all, I just got to acknowledge that you and I have known each other for quite some time. We met because we both adopted dogs from the same organization. I adopted Ben, our dog, who probably so many people who watch the show know. And you, right there beside you, you have Boone, who you also adopted from Rescue Dogs Rock NYC. Before I get the backstory to your organization and everything, tell us about Boone. I mean, he's a big hit in my household. My daughter's obsessed with him, of course.
Well, thank you for having us. Boone, we adopted almost 5 years ago now, and he has radically changed our life. He is an amazing dog that has a super calm disposition that people are amazed at for all that he's been through. He actually is a therapy dog, and we go to the airport, we go into schools, and children just absolutely love him. He loves to get on the floor and help them with their homework, and he goes around and just let everybody pet him. It's really an amazing thing to see.
Well, I mean, I'm not sure how much people can see depending on if you're watching this or listening to it, but Boone's story is pretty crazy. And your organization, you've had an organization for a long time called Joey's Paw. Tell people a little bit about it. Essentially, you provide prosthetics or wheelchairs for animals who need them, correct?
Yes, we started Joey's Paw in 2017, and we adopted a dog named Joey who had his rear legs intentionally severed and left on the side of the road. Oh. And we didn't even make it out of the Holland Tunnel. And I looked at my husband and I said, we have to do something. I don't know what that looks like, but we have to do something to make this a better situation. And so we ended up creating Joey's Paw for those people and rescues and shelters that have dogs that are in need of a prosthetic or a wheelchair. And we provide them at no cost. And shelters and rescues get first priority, so we can give those dogs the opportunity to get adopted.
I mean, but that's the important thing. Here's what I love. First of all, you and I are both crazy animal people, and nothing gives me more pride than to talk about that, because I mean, truly, you can judge a society, Tanya, by the way we treat those most vulnerable. And among those are our animals. And certainly you look at the animals in shelters, there are so many animals every year in shelters who are euthanized. I mean, right now in 2023, I think this year alone, we're looking at somewhere in the neighborhood of 10 million shelter animals who will be euthanized. And when families go out and they're looking for, their dog or cat they want to bring home to be part of their family, oftentimes I'm sure the ones like Joey, like Boone, who need some extra help, who need a prosthetic, who need a wheelchair, they get overlooked because people are like, I don't think I can handle that. I don't think I can deal with it. So the fact that you guys are actually doing something to give those animals a chance and give them an opportunity at their forever home is so incredible. Tell everybody, though, about Boone's story. Boone doesn't have either of his back legs as well.
Correct. His owner intentionally did that to him. And then he ended up taking him into a shelter to get put down for whatever reason. Oh. And honestly, if Boone would have been put down if they didn't have the euthanasia paper signed, because they were so distraught over seeing him in the condition that he was in. Oh, gosh. That's the only reason why he's alive, or he would have put him down. And it's a miracle. And that's why we named him Boone, because Boone actually means miracle.
Does it? I didn't know that. That's so cool. Yeah. Oh, well, so you guys adopted Boone, but obviously you had Joey. You and your husband, Charlie, currently have 6 dogs, are all with special needs?
Well, we have 5 with special needs, but Crew, our newest adoption, we thought was not going to have any problems. We just found out he has elbow dysplasia, so we'll be.
Geez. Great.
We'll be dealing with that next, but yes, they all technically right now have special needs.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, it is so commendable that you guys do this, that you care for all these dogs. And I know, the times that I have seen, you've come to where I live in both New York and Florida, you always have places you're visiting, like you said, especially with Boone. You're going on the road with him. I always see him at like the Pittsburgh airport. I see him in schools, and you guys are doing a lot of stuff. But I know it's a lot for you to travel, because that's a big deal to take care of now 6 dogs, all with special needs. But for anyone out there, Tanya, who maybe is considering adopting an animal who has an amputated leg or who might need a little more assistance, is there anything you would say to sway them in that direction? What would you tell them about having an animal like that?
I would honestly say that those types of animals truly are the animals that are just the most grateful. The amount of love that they give off is just amazing. I can tell you that the one key point that I would say to any potential adopter for a special needs dog is just adjust your time. That is the only thing that really takes, it's an adjustment of getting up early in the morning and just to be able to put the prosthetic on, or take the dog out to go to the bathroom, or express the dog, or whatever, however the issue is with the dog. But it's just time management. It's we just adjust our schedule, and that's truly the one thing I say to everybody is just, it's time management.
Well, and I think you're right. Look, I've had dogs my whole life, and I mean, like I said, crazy dog lady, crazy animal lady, but it's really true to see the way these animals, any rescued animal, I think, I really believe they know that they were rescued, and they are eternally grateful for that. And our dog Ben, we both adopted from, like I said, Rescue Dogs Rock NYC. And this is a great group because I recently was in New York for an event for them, but they take the tough cases from around the country. They take the Boones, they take the Bens. And when we adopted our dog Ben, from them, Ben was in horrible shape. And these are often the dogs who are euthanized in local shelters. The horrific mange and the puncture wounds that were all over my dog Ben. And so they go in and they say, okay, we'll take care of the treatment for these animals, and then we'll make sure that they get adopted out. And so I would always encourage people, please adopt, please go to your local shelters. I always partner with great organizations, Rescue Dogs Rock, Big Dog Ranch Rescue down in Florida, also a great one. But I really believe, Tanya, they know that you rescued them. They're eternally grateful. And then not only are you rescuing that dog, you are clearing a spot in the shelter for yet another dog. So you could actually kind of say that you saved 2 lives if
Correct.
you adopt.
Correct.
Yeah.
You're 100% correct.
I think so. For me, whenever I think about you and I think about what you're doing, I think it's so commendable. You've gone about Joey's Paw and raising money in so many different ways. And speaking of Ben, you have a book that talks about Ben and Boone. Tell everybody about your book, and I think it's really fun.
It's Bowtie Boone, and it is actually Boone's story from the time he's in the shelter to the time he gets to be a therapy dog. And it's all the ins and outs of him coming to our house. And I'm actually working on my second book now, and it'll deal with Gary the groundhog, because that's his arch nemesis.
Oh my gosh, really? Wait, this is real. Like, this is all based off of reality.
This is real, yes.
Oh, I love it. And by the way, for people, not to interrupt you, for people who want to learn more about Boone, your Instagram handle is at a miracle named Boone, right?
Yeah, correct.
Yeah. You could go on there. And by the way, everybody can see Boone gets around great. He gets around great on his wheels. He gets around great without his wheels, right? Like he's awesome. You guys have great content.
Yes. He is never a dull moment. And especially whenever there's Gary involved, it's never a dull moment.
Yeah. I love it. And I mean, these are children's books, right?
Yes. 100% children's book. We have not only do we have the P.A.W book, but we have a coloring book. And what's funny is the coloring book, we geared it towards children, but I can't even tell you how many adults actually come up to me and say, I love that coloring book.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
not for nothing. I love whenever my kids start coloring and they're like, Mom, do you want to color something? And I'm like, yeah, I do. I'm all about that too. And I have time to color. Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
Was the goal, obviously the goal is ultimately to raise money for Joey's Paw so that you can help all these shelter animals in need. But was part of it also to kind of educate kids? Because I imagine kids see a dog in a wheelchair and they probably are a little confused. How is it when you go to schools?
Oh, it's at the airport, everywhere actually. When a child sees Boone, it's always like, what happened? That's always the first thing. Why doesn't he have his legs? Where did his legs go? And yes, we use it to educate, and I'm very leery to tell them exactly what happened, obviously, and it depends on the age group. But there are some kids that do want to know exactly what happened. And but honestly, I think it's a great segue to have children learn about animal abuse and what not to do. So.
Yeah, for sure. And by the way, sort of demystify maybe like a wheelchair. If you see a dog in a wheelchair, maybe you see a kid in a wheelchair and it's not as upsetting or you know what I mean? Like maybe it must all work in tandem.
Absolutely. And when we went to the Children's Home and Mary Lemieux Foundation, we haven't been back since COVID, but we're hoping to get back there. The kids at the medical daycare is just amazing when they see Boone and they're in a wheelchair and he's in a wheelchair. And they can so relate. And there's a lot of children that have injuries, and it's just amazing to see them relate to him.
It's so great. You've also partnered with actor and police officer Justin Melnick of the CBS show SEAL Team.
Yes.
And this partnership is to assist retired military and law enforcement canines that have been injured or disabled and are in need of a prosthetic or a wheelchair. How did all of this come about? Because that's, such a perfect partnership.
It's so funny because I had wanted to expand Joey's Paw just a hair, just to include them, and we were just put that on the back burner. And literally, I got a call one day from him, and he wanted to he wanted to do something, and I said absolutely. And it's amazing whenever you get to even help the retired. We've helped a lot of Army and veterans that have military veterans, I should say, in general, that have really been that will have their canines and they need help, and it's pretty amazing. They're so grateful. It's amazing.
Oh, that's so great. We're all very grateful that those working animals like that are out there, and they serve our country overseas in the military. They serve right along our officers, our men and women in blue, and put themselves obviously in harm's way, and they don't even think about it. This is just instinctual for them. And so to be able to help them, I'm sure, what a treat for you. For people, Tanya, who want to donate, who want to learn more about Joey's Paw, where can they go?
They can go to our website, www.joeyspaw.org. You could go to our Facebook, Instagram, and you can donate through there, or PayPal.
Well, you guys have so much stuff, I think, on the horizon. I feel like this organization is just getting off the ground. And honestly, I've never heard of an organization like yours doing this. But then again, who would ever think that these were things that you would need to do? But there are, like I said, so many animals in need, so many animals in shelters. Absolutely love that you're doing it. Do you have anything coming up that people can get involved with? Any fundraisers? Obviously, you said you have another book coming out. What can people look forward to?
We'll be having our big event in November. It's the biggest one of the year. We'll have about 200 people in our local hotel, the Marriott. And the book coming up will be, just like the other ones, 100% of the funds will go to Joey's Paw. We don't take a dime of it.
And people can order Bowtie Boone off of the website as well.
You could do on Amazon, actually, and
great.
On any bookstore as well.
Well, I'll make sure that when this episode airs, I'm going to post on all of my social media, how people can get involved, how you can order the book. My kids, by the way, absolutely love the book. And you guys have the stuffed animal boons, right?
Yes, yes. I'm holding up the little stuffed animal. Yep.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Yes.
My daughter, by the way, my daughter took that stuffed animal boon to school with her so often that all the teachers at her school were like, what's with this dog that was in the wheelchair, the stuffed animal? And I was like, oh, that's a real dog. Then they all found out about Boone. They started following Boone on Instagram. And you are actually going to visit my daughter's school next year with Boone.
Yep. We're looking forward to it. Absolutely.
Oh, everybody's very jazzed up in South Florida. I'll tell you that much, Tanya. Everybody loves Boone. Go follow him on Instagram. It's a great page. Please go donate to Joey's Paw. I appreciate you guys so much and everything that you do for animals. Tanya, you and Charlie are just incredible people. And thank you for being on The Right View with us today. We appreciate you so much.
Well, thank you so much for having us.
All right. Well, to everybody at home, as always, make sure you like, subscribe, share, and follow. And we'll see you back here next time for more of The Right View. So I'm like a lot of people. I love to wear an Apple Watch, but I hate how it looks. And I scoured the internet to search for the best looking Apple Watch cases I could find, and I found it. goldandcherry.com. They have absolutely beautiful watches, as you can see here. Everything is waterproof. Everything looks good with different outfits. You can get sporty, you can get fancy, but they are great quality, made out of Delaware in the United States of America. And they have been kind enough to give me a promo code that I can share with you if you want to get your hands on one of these as well. It's Lara T, L-A-R-A-T is the promo code to get yourself a discount at goldandcherry.com. And not only do they make Apple Watch cases, they also make great products for iPads and iPhones, keyboards, your desktop, everything you could possibly need. goldandcherry.com. Use promo code LARAT so you can get yourself one of these today too. At The Right View, we're very proud of the fact that we are independent. We get to say everything that we think and everything that we feel. We have no woke companies guiding us or telling us what we can and cannot say. We are always going to shoot you straight and give you the facts as we know them. And that's why it's important to support independent outlets like The Right View. My name is Lara Trump, and I think Mike Lindell is a patriot. He is someone who loves this country, is willing to fight for this country. I love MyPillow because not only are MyPillows made in the USA by American workers, but they're great products, and they're so great that not only do I use them in my own bed at night, my children actually requested. My daughter the other day went to the closet and pulled out a MyPillow and said, this is the pillow that I want to sleep with. And I gotta tell you, she loves it and will have nothing to do with any other pillow. So it's a big hit around our house. My dogs also happen to sleep on MyPillow dog beds. So all around the Trump household, we're big fans. If you go to mypillow.com today and use promo code TRUMP, again, promo code TRUMP, you will not only save money, but you will help us continue this show and other shows like it and help us continue the fight for the future of America. Inflation has impacted all of our lives. I don't think anyone can go to the gas pump or the grocery store without noticing that it is a major factor. And unfortunately, it's not going anywhere. It doesn't seem like it's going down in the way that we would like it to. And one way to protect your money is by investing in precious metals, gold and silver. That's always been a great way to make sure that you keep your money and you keep it safe. When you go to bh-pm.com, use promo code TRUMP That way, if you decide you want to invest in gold and silver, you'll save yourself a little bit of money. We live in a time that's very interesting. A lot of us out there feel like a lot of our rights are slipping away. And if you're like I am and you want to have the right to choose whether or not to have a vaccine, how to live your life freely, and you're looking for a great doctor, I've heard amazing things about Dr. Sherwood. He's somebody who you should really check out and check into, and it'll help support this program and keep us going. So go to Sherwood.tv and use promo code Trump. Again, Sherwood.tv and use promo code Trump. You can save yourself some money and help us keep our program going.